Okay, chapter 18 is called Right Here. And not like the right, like turn right, but the right, like you write in a notebook. Okay, right here. I woke up in the middle of the night, tucked Abuelo's box under my arm, and snuck out of my apartment to Abuela's. My stomach sank as I walked past her old KitchenAid blender. I'd probably never be able to drink a mango batito again. Abuela's dark red curtains blocked out the light from the security lamp in the courtyard. The room was hot, and my stomach sank a little deeper. Abuela would never have let it get so hot in her apartment. AC was the one luxury she didn't mind spending money on. She'd never had that in Cuba and thought it was a marvel. "What an incredible invention," she'd said, "to have winter in your home and year-round summer outside." I looked over at Abuela's couch, which was covered in plastic. For some reason, Abuela felt that lining the cushions with plastic was the best way to preserve them. That meant that you couldn't sit on her sofa if you were wearing shorts because the plastic would stick to the back of your legs, and even if you didn't have a lot of hair like me, the little you had would rip off and cause all kinds of irritation. Her recliner was next to the sofa. She got the recliner secondhand, so it wasn't covered in plastic, which meant it had conformed to her shape. I thought about the last time I'd come over. I'd read her that poem, the poem that hadn't escaped my mind all night, the poem printed in the book resting inside a fruit bowl on top of her coffee table. Versos sencillos por José Martí. "Abuela, why did Wilfredo Pipo come to our neighborhood? Why do some people seem to be on his side?" "Háblame en español, mi amor." She would always remind me to speak to her in Spanish. "Practice," she'd say. I didn't speak it very well, even though I understood most things. I'd gotten better, but only a little. I imagined Abuela saying people act like that because their centers are mixed incorrectly, like a sauce that curdles from overheating. You have to be even-tempered and not whisk yourself up too much. I plucked the book from the fruit bowl and flipped to the end. It said, "Todo es hermoso y constante. Todo es música y razón. Y todo como el diamante antes que luz es carbón." The last lines of the poem said that before becoming a diamond, everything was first coal. But nothing had turned into a diamond. Nothing was the success it was supposed to be. Abuela would have the answers, but she was gone. She'd been too sick. Maybe I'd stressed her out. Now everything was ruined. It was my fault. Abuela was gone. The truth finally hit me. Abuela had died. I fell onto her couch. I desperately wanted the cushions to absorb me and swallow me whole, but instead the plastic cover squeaked like it was trying to make sense of me sitting down on it. I fought back tears by opening Abuelo's box and looking through the letters. I took one out and read the envelope. "A veces lo tienes que escribir." Sometimes you need to write it down. The letter inside was blank. "What am I supposed to do with a blank page, Abuelo?" I asked out loud. There were stacks of blank pages with the words, "Right here," written across the top. "What am I going to write, Abuelo?" I wasn't a writer. I didn't have any idea what to put down. I looked through the box and tried to find another letter. Maybe there was something else. Abuelo had left that could give me advice. A pen fell out and landed on my foot as I dug through the box. I glanced back at the blank pages next to me. Right here. Okay, but I can't promise it will be good. I shook the pen a few times to get the ink going and placed a blank page on top of Abuela's coffee table. Before I started writing, I went to the thermostat and blasted the AC to 65 degrees. The machine grumbled to life, and soon Abuela's apartment felt like it should. I stared at the blank page, closed my eyes, opened them again, and began to write. I wrote for hours. I wrote until the pen cracked and ink dripped everywhere and made a mess of my words on the page. I wrote through blank page after blank page. About the moment I was thrown into the festival holding cell, about our Sunday family dinners, about Mop and Bren and how much I wished they were here, about Carmen and how I hope she'd still want to be my friend after what had happened, about my family, my crazy family, about Abuela and Abuelo, how I hoped they were reunited, about what our final days at the restaurant would be like if we lost it. I scribbled fast and long, sometimes not even thinking about what I wrote before I wrote it. I remembered every detail of the past few weeks. I wrote until I passed out on Abuela's sofa, a bed of papers underneath me. In the morning, I woke to the sound of my name echoing in my ear. I opened one eye to find my mom standing over me. "There you are, Arturo. Your father and I have been looking for you," she said, and began organizing the papers spread all over the place. I looked at the stack of pages I had composed. Right here. The next chapter, 19, is called The Last Batito. And I will read it next time. Include lots of details in your summaries. Ask questions that you're wondering about for the end of the book, which is, 167, and you guys can do the math at home, a little challenge for you. Ooh, they add recipes at the end. All right, we're on page 167, and there are 236 pages in the book, so I don't know, maybe we'll finish next week. Have a great day, evening, afternoon.